Hi, I'm Timothy Zahn, author of Thrawn, and you're listening to the Escape Podcast. This episode was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. But with both having decades of hosting experience under their belt, the one thing we are sure of is you will be entertained. This is the Escape Podcast, a weekly look into the mobile game Star Wars: Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the Nerdy Network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Podcast.
I'm Kyle B. You may know me better as Bob or Bones, and I'm joining Paul today, filling in for Neil.
Yes, you are, my friend. This week, Neil has put himself on a self-imposed suspension for being overly critical.
That is why you called me to step in?
Yeah, and what a week it's been for you to do this. I mean, all this stuff we get to talk about.
Ben Swolo hits the Holotables for Conquest Volume 7.
We're going to talk about his kit itself, and then we'll let Thad talk about the inspirations.
That means we also have to talk about the data mine for this season's Conquest as well.
It's still not going to make me want to play this mode.
Oh, so now you are going to be the negative Nancy again.
No. I'm going to play it. I'm just going to play it my way, and I'm going to enjoy it more, I bet.
I'm looking forward to hearing about this change of heart.
Kyle, did you also find us the guest this week?
Actually, yes, I did. He is my guild leader in the Valley of the Sith Lords, and I thought it would be fun to talk to him.
Okay. So I ask you to fill in, and I ask you to find us a guest. You don't find us a content creator. You don't find any kind of big name. You ask your freaking guild leader.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right, fine. We'll replay the latest installment of Dickie and the Noob to remind you about what has been happening.
Then we get to do Patreon's Choice, right?
Yes, we do. Let's put you in the spotlight tonight, and then I also have a very special announcement at the end of the show.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Escape Podcast. My name is Paul Anthony, and normally I'm joined by Neil Andrew Eyre, but as you heard in the intro, we have, you know him as Bob, or the inspiration behind Bob. You know him as Bones, but Mr. Kyle Preston has joined us. How the hell are you, Kyle?
I'm good, buddy. Thank you so much for having me on again today. I'm glad that I could co-host with you this time, and I'm excited. I really appreciate you. And I'm just excited to do this tonight with you.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show as well. Neil has voluntarily suspended himself due to being overly critical, and you helped put him inside where Bob normally is. Right up there. But he's taking a nap. So
I didn't even know he was going to be in there. Well. Hopefully he knows how it feels now.
Well, so how was your week, man? What went on this week, and what are you thinking? Don't, of course, bury the lead here, but what are you thinking so far of what we heard this week?
Well, as far as how I'm progressing in the game, I'm pretty happy. I just took them all to Relic 7. I'm working on the profundity requirements, which are really actually pretty easy besides the R9. So I've already gotten Cassie and Relic up, and only have probably 4 or 5 more for that. So I'll be getting set up pretty well. I got 10K stashed away. But yeah, then we got some news. Swolo.
Yeah,
I'll wait for my reactions to that when we start talking about it. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good week.
How's GAC?
Galaxy of Heroes.
How's GAC been?
So I lost the first 4 matches. It was just horrible. But what I noticed was that I started having, I had a lot of good teams left over when it was said and done. So I kind of revamped my defense, put some gas, put maul, and changed it up a little bit. And I've been getting holds since then. I've won, I think, every match. So I've been getting holds. I've been beating my opponents. So things are just on the up and up right now as far as SWGOH goes. How about you, man? How's everything going with you in the SWGOH world?
So the first week of everything, I went 0-3. This past week, I went 3-0. You know,
Okay.
it's
So about kind of like how I'm experiencing it right now.
yeah, it ebbs and flows. You know, Icarus flies too close to the sun and then drops like a rock.
I know how it goes, man. And that's 3 versus 3 for you. And it's like it's a rank killer, you know, like you stay up in Kyber 1 or Kyber 2, Kyber 3, you usually end up down 1 when it's all said and done. For me anyways. And
I'm trying to pop back up. I've gotten knocked down to Kyber 4.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I started in 2, slowly dropped, had a very, very disastrous few weeks where, you know, I wasn't able to get on. I forgot to fight more than once.
Yep.
And it's, you know, I'm now trying to make my way back up there, at least to 3. 3 is where I'm happy. And now I've got to push for that. I got to go 2-1, I believe it is, in order to finally get back up to Kyber 3. We'll see what happens, but I don't know if it happened to you too, but I got, it was kind of like the squishing relegated me.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I don't know. Like my matchups have been kind of just weird. I don't know. Sometimes I'll fight someone that's not, like I'll lose to the people that are even with me, and then I'll take on a 4GL and win. So it's just weird, man. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. it's been good, man. It's been good.
So, the update came out 2 days ago, and Raven's Claw is now farmable, or not farmable, now available in the fleet data cards, fleet packs, and shipments. Radis is now, Admiral Radis, is now farmable on Darkside 4A. Thank you for putting him on a 12.
yeah, I'm excited about that. I started farming him too.
I'm
going for the profundity.
I'm 13 away, I believe, from finishing Sortie, and then everything's going into Radis. But where all of my gear has been going, because it's so far down the line, that I've been bringing Chrysanthemum up, you know, getting ready for when those become farmable, so I could try for Java right away. I would love to, you know, just jump on Java right away.
So is that your current focus right now? Is farming for Java?
That's my current focus is
Okay.
the gear for Java. Everything else that they've announced is ready. It's relicked at least.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some predictions on what you think's who's going to be part of that? The upcoming requirements?
We certainly can do that later on. Yep, definitely.
Okay. All right. That's always fun.
Lots of fixes. The Acolyte now respawns previously killed Jedi using Terrifying Roar in Phase 2 of the Geo. And Seventh Sister special ability ID9 Electroshock Prod now inflicts Purge as intended. It, you know,
thank God.
trying to get the 60 Purge or whatever that was during the Galactic Challenge was a pain in the butt if you were too powerful.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have them, so I didn't know what it was like. Was it pretty tough, the challenge?
I took care of all the other pieces of it, but I didn't get enough Purge. So
was it the Empire one before that? There was one that was just, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get 1 feat done because I couldn't even beat it. And I think it had to do with Empire, but I don't know. But
so, yep, it was definitely there. We got news that a new piece of Chirotech gear has been added. Everybody went up in arms as soon as they heard this, though.
I did at first. Then I realized that it wasn't so bad.
It's not as bad as people think. So what's happening is that they need a new type of Chirotech stat. So, they already had, you can make the computer, you can make the it looks like something, different.
Yeah. but what it is, it's just two Chirotech pieces that we already have. It's just making, you have to take two of those, right? Like 50 of one, 50 of the other.
And it's the same recipe. It's just a different
stat.
It's a different stat. It's a different end game, if you will.
Yeah, but I was rolling my eyes when I first saw that. And this is kind of random, I was going to mention earlier, but I'm farming the profundity, right? And they were trying to take the gear crunch off Carbantes. Well, guess what? The crunch is still there if you have to go back and farm a bunch of Rogue One gear. There's no Chirotechs, but all I've been farming for a week now is Carbantes again. So I don't think the crunch ever really left.
So
it's still there.
I'm still, dealing with General Carbante style farming for that as well. But at least it's now on the what is it? The Monday, Thursday, Sunday nodes of the challenges. So.
Yep. Well, here's to the profundity. So do you plan on doing profundity at all after Jabba or anything?
I don't know. I want to. I'm a ship guy. Everybody knows that I'm a ship guy, but it's not calling to me yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of a, do I really want to? Do I want to go into going after those as well?
Well, just remember, the ships are more important than a new GL, because this will only be our second GL ship. There's not enough ships to really be competitive. If you know what I mean, like we need more and more ships. We have plenty of ground troops, but we don't have enough ships. So the more ships you get, the faster you get them, the better you're going to do in the end. Also, you got Squad Arena too, which is still important. So I feel like ships are the most important than they ever have been in the whole, in the game.
Cascade says, yes, but we still need the individual pieces for characters, so the crunch is still worse. I mean, if they're placing them on different characters, there's always going to be a crunch somewhere within there, unless they say, everything takes Mark 1 items, which,
right.
We know is not going to happen. Darknar says, the challenges would be cool if they dropped 50 to 100 pieces. I agree. I agree. I would. They almost drop. I think I get like 20. So that's not bad. If they doubled that and I had to farm the other 10 for that day and I'm getting them every 3 days.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not a that's not too much of a worry. But it still is. I want the profundity right now. Right meow. I'm sorry. Oscar Meow. By the way, Oscar Meow, thank you for the 5 gifted subs coming into today. And Cameron Willis, D. Willis, thank you for following the channel. She says, I want the profundity right meow. Then they can sell is the counter 6 months later in the Ravager. I could see the Ravager. Maybe.
I don't think that's ever coming.
But I think maybe ship meta is on an annual rotation, but I still think a good top of the line executor, not the minimum requirement executor, even at 7 stars, but top of the line. You've boosted BAM, you've boosted IG-11, etc. I think that might still have a chance against the profundity. Knock, knock, knock. I hope.
Well, think about this, and I'm not sure, but do you need the Phoenix ships for profundity?
Yes, you do.
Well, just because they're not required, you're going to have to relic up all the Phoenix if you want a top-notch profundity.
When I went for I'm going to say this. When Gear 12 first came out, I went full left side on every single Phoenix character.
Okay.
I enjoyed Phoenix because I played the way that I wanted to play.
That's how you should do it, man. That's how you should do it.
Cass says, if you want to stay competitive in fleets, you will need profundity. I'm hoping. Definitely hoping.
I always feel like if it's a new GL type thing, it should be the best team at that point. Obviously, it's not the case, i.e. Lord Vader, Grand Inquisitor. So you never know. Something tells me that the requirements are almost too easy, except for the R9. So I'm thinking it may not be as good as Executor, but only time will tell.
Yeah. So let's talk the kit. Do you want to start? Do you have the kit pulled up for Ben Solo, or
yes, sir? Yep, I got it right here.
As Meathead did Ben Swallow in the unit name. Why don't you go ahead and start talking about the kit there?
Well, you go ahead because I'm on the wrong one. Okay. I'm on the Devin side, so you just go ahead and do it.
Well, his basic deals special damage to target enemy and inflicts defense down for 1 turn. If the target enemy is a tank, the attack deals 100% more damage. So he's anti-tank. So that's that's pretty much anti-Malik. That's anti First Order Stormtrooper. There's a lot of things in there. If the target enemy, or that's also anti Kylo Ren Unmasked.
Yep.
So stop hitting yourself. If the target enemy is an attacker or support, inflict offense down and potency down for 1 turn. And if they're a healer, reduce their speed for 1 turn.
So that's a pretty good basic. No matter who you're hitting, it's going to affect you. And that's just on the basic. So
yeah. So why don't you take special 1 there?
Okay. So obscured with the Omnicron, it has a cooldown of 4. Deal special damage, remove 100% turn meter, and if there's any version of Rey in the allied leader slot, you blind the target enemy for 2 turns and then gain offense up for 2 turns. And you'll see this as a recurring thing with Rey being the leader. So with the Omnicron, if all allies were light side at the start of battle, when this ability is used, Ben Solo's cooldowns are reduced by 1. That's pretty huge. If Galactic Legend Rey is in the allied leader slot, this attack instead deals true damage, which is huge, and inflicts healing immunity for 4 turns. That's huge, which also can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted, which is also huge. So that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And that's just the first thing.
But that's also with the Omicron. That's also with the Omicron and only in Grand Arena.
True. But it being a Grand Arena Omicron, that's pretty scary because that's the most important Omicrons in the game. So special 2, Family's Legacy, and it's only a Zeta. It's a cooldown of 4. It deals special damage to target enemy and inflicts armor shred until the end of counter. Once again, armor shred is always good. If allies were light side at the start of battle, dispel all buffs from all enemies and deal true damage again to all enemies. All allies gain 5% turn meter with a max of 25% for each enemy damaged by his ability. I mean, my goodness. Let me finish it here. If this ability defeats an enemy, so if someone is defeated, Ben Solo gains 10% offense, stacking, max of 50%, and all other light side allies gain 5% offense, stacking, max 25% until the end of battle. I mean, that's crazy. So the target enemy is getting armor shredded.
Definitely getting armor shredded, correct? Yeah, because that's without the Omicron,
right? And then at the same time, dispelling all buffs from all enemies, mass cleanse, always a good thing. And then true damage in any hero collector, including this one, is scary. It's negating. It's going through all your defense, all everything, and just dealing pure damage to you. So that's always scary too. So, and then he's getting turn meter and all that stuff. So yeah, this one doesn't even have an Omicron. So that's an insane thing. And he's building up offense, and so is your team. So that's just one move, and that's pretty scary. So moving on.
It's only one Omicron. So he does not have a leader because he's supposed to be led under any type of ray.
Yes.
But he has 2 uniques. His first unique, and then I'll let you do the big one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
At the start of battle, if this is his one called Redeemed. At the start of battle, if all of Ben Solo's allies were light side, and there's any version of Ray in the allied leader slot, Ben Solo gains 15% max health and 10 speed for each light side ally. So if all Ben Solo's allies were light side, he gains 10 speed for each light side ally, excluding summons, mind you. But that, Bones, is, he's more powerful in 5v5 than he is 3v3. That's an easy way to put it.
Yes. Yep.
Ben Solo ignores taunt effects during his turn. So that to me sounds more like a anti-Jedi Master Kenobi thing, because they can finally ignore and go after Cat instead of the other one
all day. Yeah.
This has a second. There's 2 other Omicrons. I just realized. While in Grand Arena, his attacks ignore protection,
which is still crazy.
So you're not having to go through the protection of it's kind of like a Visas Mar, that little secret twist at the very end.
And he's doing so. That's a unique. That's not a move. So he's ignoring protection with the Omicron and doing true damage. That's scary. That's really scary.
Ignoring protection and doing true damage. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, unique 2, the Force Dyad, the one that everybody was like, "What in the world?"
I have some questions about this too, but go ahead.
No, you go. It's all yours, my friend.
Okay. All right. So his last unique, last of everything in the kit, Force Dyad. It's a Zeta and an Omicron. If all allies were light side at the start of battle, and there's any version of Rey in the allied's leader slot, all allies gain instant defeat immunity for 1 turn at the start of each encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. While Ben Solo is active, Rey can't be defeated. Ben Solo can't be defeated while Rey is above 50% health. While in Grand Arena, this is the Omicron, if Galactic Legend Rey is in the allied leader slot, if the enemy in the leader slot begins their turn with Ben Solo defeated and Ben still has an active ally, he revives with 51% health and all allies gain instant defeat immunity for the rest of the counter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Screams anti-JMK. I think this is going to be the hardest defense if you get him maxed out. It's going to be the hardest defensive GL in the game. I mean, JMK might have that role, but I think it's going to be insane. So here's my question. Okay, so you can't defeat Ben until Rey is under 50%. So you're taking her down to 50%, which, with JML and stuff, it's kind of easy to do. But then you got damage immunity already, not counting what Ben's bringing, so you get that done. So now you have to switch over to Ben. So you got to take him down. And they said he's a glass cannon. So I don't know how hard it'll be to take him down. All right, let's say he's dead. Rey's underneath 50%. But then your leader takes a turn and he revives. So then you just start it all over again, right? So how is that not going to be broken? Because you have to kill him before you can kill Rey, correct?
You have to kill him before you kill Rey. Correct.
So how do you keep that? Is it just a one-time thing that he revives? Or is it going to keep happening? Because if he's dead, you have to almost kill Rey instantly afterwards, or whenever your leader takes a turn. Or you're going to have a team and try to make them kill your leader. And I'm thinking maybe like Black Croissant, because since he's a leader and a taunt, I'm trying to think like who.
I don't think if it's just the 2 of them, because if Ben still has an active ally, I think maybe we'll have to look and ask.
Yeah, because that seems insane. They're almost broken.
Yeah. Avent Dox, who's going to be our guest later on, says, will C be able to link and defeat enemies? I think so. I do think so. Cass says, so Ben will round out a pay ray team. Definitely. So there, and correct me if I'm wrong. I wish I had Bob here, but, I thought they said that they weren't going to put out Conquest counterparts for the originals. Didn't they say that? Or was I dreaming that?
I'm not as smart as Bob. I'm not sure. Bob's not that smart either, so that says a lot about me. I don't remember that. But either way, I think it's cool that they're going back and giving these older GLs their counterparts, because I think it's unique to the Maul with Lord Vader. That's Conquest. Without Cat, JMK is not very offensive at all. So I love Cat and Maul they're two of my favorite characters. Now, whenever he was released, I was kind of like, this is what we got. How did you feel about that, Paul? We haven't got Hondo, who is a very intricate part of the fan base, but we got a light side Ben Solo, who, you're going to hate me for this, but I watched Return of what was the ninth movie
Rise
called?
of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker, and I fell asleep and woke up at around the end. But correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Ben Solo just a flashback? When did we see this version of Kylo or Ben? Was it actually in the movie in current day? Because all I remember is seeing him training when he was still good.
No, this was the Kylo at the very end of the movie.
Okay.
When he decides he's gonna become a good guy. Gotcha.
Still very unmemorable, and I was just kind of like, really? So how do you feel about that?
It's funny you say that, because Lord Vader, the Galactic Legend, mind you, Lord Vader, on-screen time, less than 10 minutes of actual on-screen time of Lord Vader.
Still more memorable, but yes, you're right.
Still more memorable. Ben Solo, actual on-screen time of this Ben Solo, 7 minutes.
Okay. All right, almost.
They're making these characters that have had so much screen time, but they still won't give us Hondo, who's been in 4 different television series and is in live action. Is there live action Ben Solo? Oh no, he's dead. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry.
They've had enough time. But yeah, you're the first person I thought of. That was the first thing I was like, they released this before Hondo. I can think of 300 characters that deserve to be out here.
You know who deserves to be in here more than Ben Solo? Jar Jar frickin' Binks.
Yeah, the Gungans. I've said that I would love to have a Gungan faction. And I agree, bud. I agree.
All right. We'll talk more about this and also Conquest Volume 7, as they're calling it, and get a little bit more in depth when we return after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Welcome into the Patreon leaderboard, brought to you by the Patreons of the Escape Podcast. Are you not a streamer, but would love to see yourself on the boards, just like the content creators that participate in GA Center? Well, go to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up at the Kyber Combatant level or higher and join us. We'd love to see you. Once again, we have 2 new competitors joining us for the next round of GAC. Looking forward to that. Hopefully, maybe you can be joining as well. Let's get on to the Patreon leaderboard. D stands for did not sign up. Dr. JoJo goes 2-1. What? Wait a minute. Dr. JoJo actually wrote a report. He said so much for sitting out. Round 1, Wampa beat GG for 68, which was enough for the win. Round 2, Wampa beat GG for 68, which was not enough for the win. Round 3, he cleaned top and fleets, and 4 of 5 on the bottom. His opponent cleared the top at fleets, but only 1 of 5 on the bottom for a lazy 2-1. Stepharanis goes 3-0. He played it cool. Oh, that's not Stepharanis' time. Horse Strong's time. 1-2. 1,205 banners, 13 wins, 1 loss, 4 holds. Hot Sauce goes 2-1 with 4,968 banners. Almost hit 5,000. 46 wins, 15 losses, 4 holds. Now it's Stepharanis, 3-0. Played it cool. Reports let them hit me and then roared back each time. For some reason, they really misplayed their fleets and Galactic Legend placements. Me, I went 3-0. 3388. I didn't participate as much as I wanted to, but I got the win each and every single time. 34 wins, 11 losses, 5 holds. Let's take a look at the board. The board shows that Stepharanis, with his 3-0, climbs up to 5-1 for the season going into the last week. Horse Strong, 4-2. Hot Sauce and I, 3-3. But of course, Hot Sauce has many, many more banners on me. And Dr. JoJo at 2-4. Once again, so much for him sitting out. And then D, since he did not show and he won 1 last week, he's at 1-5. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can join us next week. Oh, actually, I apologize. D, you did. Oh, no, you did not. Your battle wins is still for it. I apologize. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope that you guys could join us. Once again, go to patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up at the Kyber Combatant level or higher. Would love to have you in this board as well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots left. Minus the 2, 4 spots, honestly. Would love to have you guys. Stay tuned for more of the Escape Podcast right after this message. Right here on the Escape Podcast. Be nice to each other, damn it.
We want you. Join the GAC chain gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC chain gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds. We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the chain gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyB's #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
You're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the second segment of the Escape Podcast. If you're just joining us, no, that's not Neil to my side. That is Kyle, also known as Bob, also known as Bones. We're glad that you could step in while Nev is what's the word that he used? Suspended. He's suspended himself, self-suspended for being overly critical. So
that's all right, man. I'll criticize for you, my friend.
Dark Nar says, thoughts on the new offer, 600 crystals for 900 energy. You get 120 for 50 energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a good deal.
It's actually more expensive than that, but you instantly get 900 energy. Unless you're farming for gear itself and you're not hard farming nodes, it's all right.
I think it's only for people who have maybe done their 50 and 100s and they don't want to do 200 maybe refreshes, so they can buy that on top of it if they really wanted to. But yeah, I think it's stupid for sure. So we were talking about, I want to say a few more things about SWGOH here.
Sure, go ahead.
And this is the positive side about it. Like, I wasn't excited lore wise. I'm not excited about it. I don't care. I don't get the reason why. But if I had a GL Ray, I'd be salivating at the mouth right now, as far as the fun he's probably going to give somebody when they get him. Now, if you're going up against that, not fun at all. But he just seems like a fun character. He seems insane. Also, I mean, everyone can use him because most everybody has a JTR, a Jedi Training Ray, that he'll still work with. Now, is he going to be doing the things that GL Ray would know? But we're all going to still be able to use him, and it's going to elevate that JTR team that can already take out a good boss team or a pretty good first order team. So maybe that'll elevate JTR to take out some teams we never even thought about. So that's all I really had to say about that. But I thought I'd put a little positive spin on it at least.
I mean, it's still Galactic Legend, or he's still a Conquest character. Only those with 4 million or above GP are going to have a chance to unlock him within the first little bit.
True. Yeah.
Within the first 3 months. So it's give and take. That's kind of where I'm at, though, because I've been, what's the word? I've been really pushed away from Conquest, especially, it started during TIE Interceptor. I didn't buy the pass a single time during Malgus, during Volume 6. So, I ripped into CG. I really did. I ranted myself that I wasn't, that I wasn't, happy enough.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees with you, though. But
not everybody agrees with me. People went after Malgus. They were happy.
But were they happy? I don't know. I guess I would be happy getting Malgus, but were they happy doing what they had to do to get him? Maybe. I don't think anybody enjoys Conquest at all.
Well, I used to. So what I'm doing this time around?
What's that?
I'm not playing hard. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I will red box normal. I'll make myself happy for red boxing normal. For going through and getting those and playing the game and having fun.
I've never played normal. I've always done hard since day one.
Well, no, because you had to beat normal to get to hard.
Okay. Well,
the first time.
Okay. But I forget, can you still get these shards? Can you still get the premium character shards?
And you could still purchase them on the things, but it also then opens up more of your, your Bantha burritos or whatever the hell they give you, to buy gear if you want, to buy other shards of other characters.
Okay. I'll be interested to hear how your experience was doing that. Because what I do, this is what I do. Every night I waste my energy. I do a couple refreshes. I don't go for any feats. I just get through the nodes. I get to the end and I just stop. And I'm usually 3 or 4 crates away from the red one. And by the end of the 3 conquests, I'm about halfway to unlocking them. So I usually have about 180, 190 shards. And then I just farm the rest of them out of, when they get put in the shop for 600 power cores for 5 shards, I just farm the rest there. And that's done pretty well by me. And by the time I'm done, they're not in the, what's the event that they put them in now with Cat and Razor Crest?
The Proving Grounds.
Proving Grounds. Yeah. I want to get, I don't care about Cyan and Django. I'm not going for that. All that. But if it's someone I want to get them before they go into Proving Grounds, because now you're at the mercy of when Proving Grounds comes around.
Well, yes, it's once a month. It's once every 28 days.
To get 20 shards for free, if you're not, but when I could farm 5 shards a day or a couple times a day.
But they are in the Conquest store. It's just very rare that A, they show up, and B, that they're available for the Bantha burritos and not for crystals.
But Cat and Razor Crest aren't popping up in Conquest store anymore, are they?
Razor Crest still shows up. I believe it's either Shard or Fleet. Okay. But Cat does show up in the store on that last tab. You just don't visit it that often because who gives a crap about the stuff in that on that tab?
Right.
You've already spent all of your you spent all your stuff during Conquest. You don't have any left over. There's no way to get them back. So
yeah, I'm pretty much agree with you, but that's just how I approach it. I just complete the nodes, call it good. And I'm usually done 4 or 5 days before the thing ends. So, and also I have a question. How long before they're going to put Malgus in the how long does it take?
It's going to be a year. It will be a year from now. Because no, I'm still waiting for Maul.
No, I mean, whenever they put him into the actual Conquest section of the store. Where you can buy shards for 600.
I believe that's 6 months. So I've got a message here that they haven't seen. Somebody hasn't seen Cat in the Conquest store. I've got Boba Fett, Scion of Django. I don't have Cat this time, but I have seen Cat. I have seen Cat in there, I believe.
Where's Bob when you need him?
I don't think exactly.
That's true. My inner Bob's telling me I don't think that's true. I don't think Cat pops up in there, but
I know Maul does, and Maul was after Cat.
No, Maul does, because I just finished farming him out of there. So he should be pretty soon going to Proving Grounds.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because he's only 60 shards away.
He's fun, man. I just Relic 7'd him. Ever since I put him on defense in Grand Arena, he's got me a hold. And he's pretty crazy. And then in territory battles, I just hit auto, and my team behind him is gear 12. I have a gear 8, 6-star armor, and I can just auto territory battles every phase. And I was blown away by it. So he's really fun to play with, but he's more of you want to set him on defense, but you can still play around with him in territory battles. I'm excited to try play around with him in Conquest, actually, but fun team, man.
Okay, Zaz says Cat was in the Conquest store. They removed her for Boba.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So I wasn't wrong, but I am wrong. All right. Sector 1. Thank you, Senator Animal, for the follow. We appreciate you.
Fellow guild member.
Excellent. Yeah, you and getting the guest this week being your guild leader. That's like me coming on the show right now. I'm 1/3 of your guild leader in the other guild. Anyway,
if he wasn't such a great player, I wouldn't even suggested it. And he got Malgus, and he gets some of the more in-game content. So
Sector 1 of the Volume 7's mini boss is going to be Emperor Palpatine, and then Jedi Master Kenobi is going to be your big boss in Sector 1. Sector 2, the mini boss is going to be Luke, with the big boss being Poe Dameron.
Do you think we'll see Swallow in there somewhere?
Well, I'm actually looking at this for the first time over on SWGOH Events Discord server. Sector 3, the mini boss is Potato Head Ray, with the big boss being veteran Han Solo.
Scary.
And let me pop back and let's take a look at number 4. Number 4's mini boss is going to be... There's Ben Swallow.
Yeah, cool.
So we get to see him in Sector 4. His team, he's the leader, but he has Jedi Ray, veteran Han and Chewie, and Rolo on his team.
So I guess it's just a non-leadership team.
It's a non-leadership team in that case, but the boss gains 50 stacks of total concentration at the start of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. When total concentration goes away, the boss is inflicted with healing immunity, which can't be dispelled, and can't gain buffs to the rest of the encounter. Total concentration can't be damaged, debuffed, or defeated. Lose 1 stack at the start of the unit's turn when the unit attacks. So that's either that or the other, the main boss is already ultimated JML. Yeah, Sector 4's main boss is already ultimate Jedi Master Luke, but he's only got 3 friends, or he's only got 2 friends with him. He's got Yoda and Mace.
What was funny is I was about to say, I've noticed this, it's kind of gotten easier. I don't grind the feats, so I don't know. But as far as the battles, they seem to have gotten easier the last couple of conquests. But then you said that, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. But remember that one conquest that had Lord Vader on the sail barge?
Yeah.
I hated that match. And it took me forever to get through it. And ever since then, they seem to get a little bit easier.
All right, and so we have Galactic Legends in the in Sector 5. Rey is your mid boss, and the ultimate end boss is the Sith Eternal Emperor, sitting there with Marauder, Assassin, and he's got a friend. You know, he's got one of his a specialized Sith trooper for that. So that is what we were able to get for the boss information. I'm looking to see here. Feats. All right. Overall feats are going to be removing turn meter 60 times with the Disc War of Attrition, which you get for defeating 100 enemies with Kylo Ren or Slicker.
Okay.
So
That's
if you
not
have
bad.
regular Kylo Ren defeating 60 enemies, you get War of Attrition, and then you can use the disc to get another 15 cards.
It's not bad.
Gain
If you have Slacker.
gain offense 100 times from Deadly Catalyst, which you get for winning 20 battles with Kylo Ren unmasked, and Vet Han in the party, and surviving.
Okay, that doesn't sound fun.
The other global feats are 40 battles with full First Order, 40 battles with full Resistance, 20 battles with 5 versions of Kylo Ren and or Rey in your squad.
Really? That's kind of funny. I don't know how fun that'll be, but that's funny.
And then 500 enemies for another 15 burritos. The so Sector 1, I mean, there's all this stuff in what do you call it? There's all this stuff in the SWGOH Events server. Now these are all the feats under hard. I don't see a list yet for normal or easy, but still, I mean,
they're not all the same.
I mean, you really can't. Sometimes they're different because of different, abilities to get certain characters.
Right, because most people won't have Slacker if you're doing normal or something.
So what, are you going hard mode, or are you joining me in normal and just taking the time?
I don't know if I'm going to join you in normal, but I'm just going to do the same thing. Like I told you earlier, I'm just going to, kind of drift through it. I'm not going to stress about it. Sometimes I take a couple of days off, and if I need to, I'll do a few. My goal every time, no matter who it is, whether I care or not, it's just to get to the last node and beat it. I feel like I've completed it at that point, and I'm good. So I am not in any way excited about it. I didn't even go for the red crate for Malgus, and I was very excited about him. I tried it once. I spent all my energy. I did everything I could. I spent hours trying to get this red crate, and I was still like 2 crates away, and I had no energy left. It really irked me. And from there,
they make a pill for that.
What's that?
They make a pill for that.
Well, hook me up, because I need many of them when this comes around. So at that point, I was just like, I'm not going to try. I'm just going to do my minimum, which involves me going through all the nodes. I don't even 3-star them all. I just beat them and move on and never look back. And, the biggest thing that I get from it is just like those stores that pop up that you can buy, like you said earlier, gear, relic materials. That's the only thing I really enjoy out of that, is I can get a little extra shards, or like I'll be buying Malgus shards again this come around. So that's really what I'm working it for, is to get those. Do you spend burritos to get the shards?
I call them Bantha burritos. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember if it was another currency or if it was just burritos. So yeah, it's just getting those burritos and spending in those stores.
I think it's key cards, but still, nonetheless.
I like burritos. I love burritos.
I like Bantha burritos as well. All right. So coming up in this break, story time with Uncle Thad. He's going to go over, the inspiration behind the Ben Solo character, with only the way that we can expect from Thad. And then you'll be heading up this interview, Bob.
I'm putting my big boy pants on today.
Exactly.
I'll be leading the interview.
Looking forward to talking to your guild leader. We will talk to him right after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello there, Padawans, and welcome back to another episode of Storytime with Uncle Thad. Today's episode, well, it's thrown me off my game a little bit. I don't mind telling you, I was not expecting Capital Games to throw us a Legends trilogy character, but sure enough, the next Conquest character coming to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is none other than Ben Solo, former Master of the Knights of Ren, apprentice to Emperor Snoke, who is really Emperor Palpatine, son of Senator Leia Organa Solo, and Smuggler Han Solo, and former Padawan to the Grand Master Luke Skywalker. Ben Solo was born 5 years after the Battle of Yavin and died during the Battle of Exegol. Well, I'd love to say that this was Ben Solo as he trains with Master Luke, or even slightly older Ben Solo as he's about to betray the Grand Master. Neither are true. The Ben Solo we are looking at today only exists for a short period of time. Ben Solo's story starts on Endor. Twice, actually. He was conceived on Endor. Apparently, Han and Leia had too much Endorian moonshine and weren't super careful. 9 months later, assuming gestation for Force users is equal to that of normal humans, Ben Solo shows up. A lifetime later, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren finds himself on Endor fighting Rey. Just Rey. She hasn't commandeered a new last name yet. It's a sloppy fight. There's lots of jumping and some big waves. As the fight starts to swing in Kylo's favor, the not-so-Sith Lord is distracted as the echo of his mother's dying voice calls to him from across the galaxy. It's at this point that Just Rey decides to take a cheap shot and stabs Kylo in the tum-tum. It's an ugly wound, but Just Rey uses her magical Force hands to heal the hurt Solo. There's this awkward will they won't they kiss moment, and then Just Rey runs off with Kylo's ship. Isn't that just like her? But at this point, Kylo is confused. He's just been stabbed, and the hole has been filled by the very girl he's been chasing. The same girl he's been seeing in visions, and like one time with his shirt off, which was like super weird and awkward. It's at this point, as Kylo is standing on the edge of the sunken Death Star, he has a vision of his father. The same father that he brutally murdered and left fall down an elevator shaft. It was like a big elevator shaft, but I don't know if that makes a difference. During this moving father and son moment, Kylo is told that he is dead. And in fact, the personality inhabiting the body of former Supreme Leader is none other than its original host, Ben Solo. Thus, Ben Solo was born that day, or reborn if you prefer. Next, Ben must race to Exegol. Like, it's not shown just how he got there. Remember, Rey stole his ship. I assume that, like, somehow she opened up a force portal and he just, like, teleported there, but Just Rey took a starfighter after all. But as Ben races to Rey's side, he encounters the Knights of Ren, his former crew. But this isn't a problem because Just Rey uses her magical Jedi hands to somehow magic Ben a lightsaber through the Force. Long story short, Ben catches up to Rey and they both stand against the Sith Eternal Emperor. They both almost immediately die. First Rey dies, then Ben dies, then Rey lives, but before Ben becomes one with the Force, Rey catches back up to him, and the two finally share that awkward platonic kiss that they've been waiting for ever since episode 7. It's like kissing cousins, but somehow stranger and weirder. Well, that's Ben Solo. Let's take a look at his kit in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and see just how well his story matches up to canon. Ben Solo, as he is affectionately known, is an unaffiliated light side attacker who uses his inner struggle to keep him walking the line between the light and the dark. I assume all emo kids have this same power. Kylo, Ben, and his basic ability highlights his fight between himself and the Knights of Ren, which is kind of cool for a basic ability. During his battle with these emo baddies, he does some pretty epic moves. Speaking of the Knights of Ren, when are they coming to the game? I mean, I know most of us are just super excited to continue to farm the Inquisitors, and we're like, you know what, we need more things to farm that don't make a whole lot of sense, but they should be coming, right? I can't be the only one who wants them. His first special ability highlights SWGOH's usefulness in Grand Arena. If you were looking for a character to put your next Omicron on, this is probably it. Assuming, of course, you have a Relic and Ultimated Ray. Otherwise, probably not the best use for him. Instead of talking about Ben's second special ability, can we talk about how deeply disappointing it was to learn that Rey was a Palpatine and not a Kenobi? Think about it. If Rey was a Kenobi and Ben was a Skywalker and they were like to get together and have little Force babies, it would have been awesome. It would have been like Anakin and Kenobi, Ben Kenobi, like their families finally became one and like merged in the Force, and obviously physically, because then, you know, how else babies? I think we could all agree that that would have been awesome, and it was kind of disappointing that it was like, poof, she's a Palpatine. Anyways, I'm actually really glad that his first unique ability is the way that it is. I am not one who overly enjoyed the sequel series. I'm like, it was fine, but I struggled with episode 9 for, I think, obvious reasons, but I love Ben's character arc. He's a flawed character who struggles, and he eventually overcomes those struggles and finds his true self, and I think that's just really cool. As frustrating as his character development was at times, I really loved his redemption. Now, his final ability is this dyad in the Force, and it really highlights his bond with Rey. It makes him a pretty formidable character, and this whole dyad thing is going to make both of them very hard to kill. Actually, it's going to make all 3 Reys very hard to kill, depending on which Rey you're going to use. Well, that's it for me, folks. Stay tuned next week for more Storytime with Uncle Thad as we talk about, I don't know, like Maz Kanata and her Galactic Legend instead of them giving us, I don't know, Hondo Onaka like they should. But we'll talk about that then on the Escape Pod Cast for Kids. Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways want you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission. Attention. Attention. We are receiving an incoming transmission.
And welcome into the incoming transmission. This week we have a very special guest that Kyle, that Bones, that Bob found himself. I normally am the master of ceremonies, but I'm going to throw it on over to you. And thank you, 3 brothers, for the follow. Bob, why don't you introduce your guest?
So everyone, this is Avant Docs, a very close friend of mine for many years now. I got kicked out of my guild that I thought were my brothers that I was in for 2 or 3 years because I wasn't farming GeoBrood Alpha. And Avant and my fellow senator, they brought me into the guild with open arms, and I love all those guys to death. They are like my brothers, and thanks to Avant, a lot of my success in the game is, because of him. And he's not free to play, but he's kind of a born again.
I'll ask him that stuff. Don't worry.
All right, but I hold him in high regards as a player, and I think he's he really knows his stuff, and I thought he'd be a great person to have on here. He's not a shiny little content creator that we love around here, I know, but but he does do stuff. Me and him have got on my stream, and we do what we do called the dual grand arena, and it's complicated and not very technical on my part. It's kind of clunky, but I would do a match, and then we would go over to his shared screen, and he would do his while he's on the screen. It was always really fun. We haven't done any lately, and he's done a few streams, but yeah. So this is Avant, everybody. Avant Docs, very good guy. Paul, do your thing.
Well, Avant, how are you? I'll do the formalities. Avant, how are you?
I'm gonna blush after all that talk, you guys.
Well, we
but no,
Bob talked you up big. I mean, he was like, I really want to get this guy on. I'm like, all right, fine, let's do this. So,
well, I'm happy to be here. A long-time listener of the show. I used to listen to you guys when it was you and Scotty doing the podcast way back. So
okay, well, now you're on it.
And what's funny is I didn't know who you guys were, and he's like, "Yeah, they've been on for a long time. I know who they are. I didn't even know who you guys were."
So let's ask the normal questions. You're not a, even a part-time. You're a fledgling content creator. I would say you're starting to. But let's ask the normal questions.
That's accurate.
The first question would be, how long have you been playing, and are you any sort of aquatic mammal when it comes to this game?
I've been playing for probably over 5 years. I started playing the game like around the time they launched the Rogue One characters, and then I think Phoenix characters just after that. I'm not free to play. Bones will proclaim me free to play. I would consider myself a dolphin.
Okay. Well, he said that you're possibly born again, though, is kind of the way he said it to me. Are you still spending?
I have spent $0 in 2022.
How much did you spend in 2021?
$40. I bought I bought 2 of the cam packs at Christmas time to get 40 shards of cam.
I don't blame you for that one, especially if you're in a guild that, isn't doing the best at cam. I purchased them too just because I wanted to get freaking cam over with. But that's another story.
It was a good buy.
It was a good buy, in my opinion. But I mean, just those 2, that's pretty good. So that to me is minnow. I mean, why the hell do you call yourself a dolphin?
Since starting, I've spent just a little bit over $336. I looked it up just for you guys.
330. Okay, I don't. You're definitely at least a largemouth bass. How about we call you a largemouth bass?
I like that.
Fair enough.
All right.
What's your GP?
My GP has gone up a lot since I've been putting a lot of relics on characters. 8.62.
I thought you were in the 9s. I didn't know that.
No, 8.6.
I hit 8. I surprised myself when I saw that I was 8.3 just this past week, because I've been doing the relics as well, getting ready for Jabba as fast as I can.
But Avant,
yeah, the relic levels will boost you up.
Avant, you have all GLs though, correct?
I have all 6 GLs and Star Killer.
Executor?
Executor, 7 star.
Okay. So that's pretty good, man. pretty good for only $300.
What has been your yeah, that is definitely good. What has been your strategy to be able to have all 6 GLs at this point? I mean, are you like, oh, I have to go get the new hotness? How do you support that for only $300? You know, you can't even feed a family of 4 with $300 in a month.
The key has been ships. I have been atop the ship meta since the Millennium Falcon dropped, and I get 400 crystals every day for top fleet payout. So that helped like really boost my crystal income.
And you were getting Squad Arena #1 before it changed, correct?
I have been in the Squad Arena meta in like the top since probably Darth Revan.
Okay. All right.
Maybe top 20, 25. And then when the second round of GLs came out, I was top 3 ever every day. And yes, it's probably not a popular talk, but I was part of Shard Mafia, so.
No, not the Mafia.
So there's a difference between a Shard Mafia and a Shard Chat.
I agree with you 100%.
Okay, but you still use the term Shard Mafia for yourself?
Well, that's what people considered it, but my Shard is very friendly.
Nope.
So if I all of a sudden showed up,
person in my,
if I had all of a sudden shown up and was able to beat everything, would I be getting locked out, or would I be getting a message saying, "Hey, when's your payout? Can we help?"
That depends which person you were bothering. There were definitely a few more grumpy people in the Shard, but like myself, if you would have been like knocking me down when I'm trying to climb, I would have shot you a message and asked when your payout was, and then probably invited you over to the Shard chat.
Whereas me, I like to make them mad. So I try to find people who can not be part of the Shard chat and still climb and stay in #1. So some of the beginners, I try to get up to there so we can make a lot of those Mafia people mad. That's the kind of person I am.
You're the person that gets the bullseye target.
Yes, and I love it. I thrive underneath it. But so Grand Arena wise, where are you at? Are you in Kyber 1, 2?
I've been Kyber 1 for most of Grand Arena, but I slipped down to Kyber 2 after this past week, and I'm in Kyber 2 this week.
3v3 does it, man. 3v3 is a rank killer, I think. For me, anyways.
It's tough. It's a little more challenging, and I switched up my strategy, and it's not working for me, so I'm gonna have to go back to my old strategy.
And what strategy is that?
I started to place more GLs on defense, and trying to like trip up my opponents, except no one is getting stuck on my GLs, so I'm going to have to switch up that strategy.
I feel like I've set a heavy defense recently, and it's been paying off for me, but I'm in a whole nother realm than what you are. Do you know?
Kyber 1 is crazy because everyone has all the toys, so like whatever you put out, someone has a counter for it. So if you want to win, you have to find ways to like really mod a team well to trip someone up, or to like draw out a counter and then put another team in the back row that uses the same counter, which is really challenging.
Paul, how many people are in Kyber 1? Like if you're at the bottom of Kyber 1.
Nev's the one who has stats like that. I don't don't have those stats.
Where's Knob at when we need him?
Knob.
Neville, buddy. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Miss me now, don't you? Yes, I do, Nev. Right now, I do miss you that you don't have that info right there. You're the one who self-imposed your suspension, okay? I'm just saying.
What else we got? What other questions we got, Paul? I had one and I forgot.
Well, he mentioned putting down his Galactic Legends and things like that. Where does your Star Killer fit in? Are you putting Star Killer under a Palp lead with Mara Jade? Because that is a poor man's GL.
Okay, yes, I am. And I usually put him in the ship in front of the space in front of ships, or I try to hide him in the back. But it's not worked out for me. No one trips up on my Star Killer, so I don't know.
I've been using him to counter Slacker now. I mean, he just eliminates Slacker, and I didn't know that until a couple of rounds ago. Have you used him at all like that?
You can counter Slicker with Star Killer if you... you can counter Star Killer with Slicker if you take the right team in and attack the right characters. But the AI is not very smart, so...
So that leads me to now I remember your Malgus. Have you got to mess around with him at all?
I did. I put him on defense a couple times, and then I also attacked with him, I think once or twice. He's pretty good. And like Arnold put out a video about how Malgus is easily countered by gas. Well, I'm going to tell you, I took gas, fives, and Rex against Malgus, Darth Revan, and Bastila Fallen. And they drug the fight out, and Malgus did his special move based on health stats and obliterated my team. It was ridiculous.
You need to wail harder, man. You need a small mouth bass harder.
No, I gave him a largemouth bass because
okay.
He went for the important things at least.
So you have every GL. So are you excited about Swallow?
Yes, very much. Because I have GL Ray, so Ben Swallow is going to be amazing.
Yeah, do you think what I think, that he's going to be the toughest GL defense?
With his Omicrons, yes, he is going to be really tough under Ray. And I'm really interested to see what counters him, because I kind of mentioned it in the chat earlier, but I feel like C could still be a good counter to Ray. But we'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some theory crafting on that, because it seems insane to me. But maybe not. It usually takes about 10 minutes, and everyone's got to figure it out. So
it looks like with Swallow, you'll be able to take out JMK teams with your Ray, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. We'll see. The anti-damage, anti-annihilate capability is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it screams anti-JMK for sure.
Yeah, totally.
What else? Just some random cool questions. Who's your favorite? Oh, go ahead, Paul.
I'm kind of probably along the same line as you. What was your favorite farm of the GLs? And then B, what has been your favorite legendary event from your SWGOH career?
Favorite GL farm? Favorite in like the one that I hated the least?
Yeah, exactly. Which one would you rather, not take the sharp stick to the eye for?
I think that Lord Vader farm was high relics, which kind of sucked, but all of the characters were really cool. Like Bad Batch was really awesome, and some of the bounty hunters, as well as Dooku. So like I feel like a lot of those characters are just really useful. So I liked that. Favorite legendary event? Ooh, that's tough.
Or mythic event.
Star Killers.
Oh, really?
I think, but no, okay, no, I take it back.
I was gonna say, because that was just the same. I was gonna say the Star Killer one was just the same stuff that you did for the other when the marquee characters, when they were marquees, you're just like, I get to do it again. I get to do it again.
Jedi Knight Luke was a lot of fun. That event was really cool, and like a lot of the cinematics were really awesome. I actually wish they would do more of that, and like I enjoyed that.
That's my favorite too. So what's your favorite GL though? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say I still remember unlocking CLS. That was pretty awesome as well. Like, dude, what, 4 years ago?
My favorite was actually the Darth Revan one. Figuring out what to do with those darn robots on the side.
I thought that was Malak.
Oh yeah.
No, well, so there's Malak where you've got the Jedi in the tubes, but there was a Revan one where you had the robots, the two big hulking robots from Old Republic.
That's right.
That were
I remember those
fighting alongside somebody else. It was fun to me.
Yeah. No, it was, and they were more fun back then. They were kind of challenging. You had to have a strategy. Now it's just kind of not fun. The new ones are. But like he was saying, CLS, dude, he was one of my first legendaries unlocked, and it took me like 4 times around. And whenever I unlocked him, I dropped to my knees, and I was so happy. So I agree with that one too. But so what's your favorite GL though? Now that you have all of
them. Well, Jedi Master Kenobi is definitely the most dominant. I'd probably go with JMK.
I agree. Same here. So what are you working on now? Are you going to go for the profundity? You feeling Java? What are you trying to do?
So I've been working on like a lot of squads to build up for GAC, and I just kind of finished up a lot of those projects, and I'm just going to kind of sit on my gear and wait, because I want to see if profundity really is a good counter to the Executor. And I also want to see what the Java requirements are, because like our guild is 334 million GP. So we're just really starting to get into the TW brackets to earn Relic 9 materials. So me being someone who's not going to buy all those Relic 9 packs, and I want to make sure whatever I dump that into is worth it to me, worth the investment. So I'm going to see A, how many characters need to be Relic 9 for Java, and B, how good the profundity is, and then I'll figure out what to do from there.
Well, the Relic 9 materials are now showing up in the weekly shipments. The time-traveling Aussies showed us that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
really?
They're sitting now, Relic 9 material is sitting in the weekly shipment. I'm gonna pull it up here.
I'm afraid to ask how many crystals.
That's what I'm gonna go find out right now.
My guess is 4,000 for like 2 or something.
Darknar says, I love the cutscenes and storyline for Beskar armor. Senator Animal wanted to make sure that you said Malak for the best legendary event. And Von Nader says that you should take Starkiller on offense because you can use an Old Ben lead to kill Starkiller if they're on D.
Okay.
So.
Good to know.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm interested in these R9s though. I didn't know that you could buy them now. 2 crystals.
All right, I'm going into the shipments right now. The weekly shipment. I'm scrolling down. It's going to be a moment.
Big mouth. I'm going to have to big mouth bass harder, I guess, huh?
Raven's Claw is in there if you want to go for profundity.
Do we need Ravenclaw for it?
I thought you did.
No, it's the Outrider.
No. Yeah, it's the Outrider.
Okay. Well, just like the Executor, there's probably stuff that you can do.
But
Here we go.
Remember last time when the Executor came out, I was like, dude, I'm going all in on it. It's going to be huge. And you're like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see. And I was right, man. I was right.
You were right.
It's 5 droid brains for 1.5K.
That's not bad.
I will be buying
not bad
that
at all.
right now.
That's
really good. Gear to keypads for 1.25 for every 5. Arrow magnifiers for 1.25 for every 5.
That's not bad.
I am actually really surprised at the crystal price for the droid brains. That actually blows my mind a little bit.
That's 2 days worth of 2 days worth of your Grand Arena payout plus your fleets at 400.
Yeah, we've been.
That's good.
Avant, how long have we been able to get droid brains in Territory Wars? What, maybe 2 months? 3 months, maybe?
I want to say maybe 2.5 months, because I think we've had 10 Territory Wars where we could possibly earn the droid brains.
I have 5.
Darknar asks, how many of each of those do you need per character? I think that
20?
Is it 20 or 10? It's 20.
It's 20.
Okay, I've got 40 right now, so I can relic-9 2 characters.
But see, I have like no desire to do that except for Piet. That's the only one I wanted to R9.
Well,
do you have R9?
I also
Piet?
want to take him. No, I want him, but I do not have him at R9.
Those damn mirror matches, man.
They're awful.
This has nothing to do with anything, but I can't beat a negotiator mirror match. Every time I lose Grand Arena matches because and they're like 350K, mine's almost 500K, and they just delete me. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, we'll help him off stream, won't we, Yvonne?
It's not a. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Got anything else, Paul?
Oh, well, that's what I was going to say. Do you have anything else? Otherwise, Avant, tell people, you said that you wanted to possibly start to get into streaming. What kind of stuff are you going to be doing? And then tell people how to find you, and then we'll release you back to your family.
I'm probably doing some GAC streams, maybe some TB streams, and if you want to find me, I'll be on twitch.tv.avant_docs.
And listen, everybody, go there, sub the crap out of him so that maybe he'll get some motivation to do some streams. Maybe show him some love like you guys did to me. Let's get him to 50 right now.
And he's at 4 right now.
You're almost there.
Got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
I was going to say, maybe we can do a dual GAC stream again here, Bones. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, guys, I'm down for that. And what we like to do is we go back and forth, and it's really fun. Maybe I could get Paul's help to make it a little more smooth, because it's like Paul on a Thaddeus stream when it comes to me and Avant. It just never goes smooth.
We are guaranteed to have 0 seamless transitions.
It's like a 10-minute thing, trying to get it all pulled up and done. But if we could get it smooth, it would actually be an awesome original thing that I don't really see much people do. So.
All right. Well, Avant, once again, thank you so much for coming on, for spending some time with us. And, Kyle, thank you for introducing us to this guy. And
no problem.
We hope to be celebrating with you and have you on again once you hit that 50. Once you make affiliate on Twitch, we'll do it again.
And we'll get you on GAC Center too, man.
Well, he's got to do it.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
He's got to consistently stream enough that Neil will give him the nod. So
yeah. All right, brother. Love you, man. Appreciate you coming on.
All
right, guys, stick around. Coming up
after
this break, we're going to be doing Patreon's Choice. And a big announcement regarding the show for next week. Stick around. We'll be right back after these messages right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Padawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Dickie, why do I feel heavier than I did when I powered down for the night?
Well, don't freak out, noob. I had Yarmo install a multiverse drive on your motherboard.
A multiverse drive? This is madness. What exactly is a multiverse drive?
It's really cool. It allows you to open portals into different realities.
And why would I want to do that?
Look, we were commissioned to bring in Hondo. Our Hondo seems to be nowhere to be found, so all we need is to find a reality where Hondo isn't missing, and boom, we've got him.
That may seem logical, but I have seen enough movies to know that messing with the multiverse never turns out as expected. This is gonna turn out bad.
Nonsense. We find Hondo, we lure him in, toss him through the portal, and that's it. Bob's your uncle.
First off, Bob is not my uncle. He is a formless AE, a no-bod.
Don't use that term, noob. They prefer the term bodily deprived. Anyhow, time to put this thing to the test.
Okay, but let the record show I am totally against this. How do I activate this thing?
Well, you just need to say the activation code and we should wind up in a different reality.
And what exactly is the activation code?
Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula? Dickie, this is bad. We are gonna get eaten alive by these crate dragons.
Say the code, quick!
Scott Bakula! Scott Bakula!
Whoa, man, I really thought we were goners there. That was close.
Whoa, Dickie, you are even meatbaggier than usual. And your head, it's not flapping.
Yeah, I do feel kind of different, but I gotta admit, this feels kind of cool.
No. The last thing I need is more meat on you people. Scott Bakula. Oh, good. You're back. This world seems kind of normal now. Oh, wow. You're a noob also. I never knew they made more. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure you are not supposed to interact with your other selves.
I'm pretty sure that's a time travel thing. I don't think we need to worry.
Hi. Are you another noob? What's your friend's name? This is Dickie. Do you not have a Dickie? Dickie? No, I don't have a Dickie. At least not that I know of. What is this? It's a human companion. You know, a meat bag. Oh, a meat bag. Yes, I have one of those. His name is Helenix. So, you didn't kill Helenix?
Kill me? Noob, are you planning on turning against me? And trying to kill me?
I don't know what this guy is talking about. I swear.
You swear? Well, I'll swear. If you even think about trying anything, why, I'll gut your circuits, mister.
It is against my programming to hurt humans.
You know what? I'm not even gonna risk it. This has been a long time coming, Buster. I'm removing all your weaponry.
But that would leave me defenseless?
Noob, with the logic programming you have saved to your hard drive, you're already defenseless. Still, I can't risk it.
Dickie, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go. Good to see you though, Helly.
Scott Bakula!
So, before we begin, you wanna tell me? Who was that guy? He's part of your secret plan to terminate me, isn't he?
No, not really. I don't even... What? Help! Scott Bakula, it worked for him! Well, that was weird.
Are you okay, noob? Are you feeling confused by seeing Helenix again?
Not as confused as I am about the fact that we are now made out of blocks.
Whoa, we are. This is pretty different.
Yeah, do I even have any circuits?
Hey, cool! A Pinky Woodkid droid! I can't wait to tell Pace!
Hey there, I'm Dickie, and this is my droid Noob.
I'm Ron Freemaker! Your droid is so cool!
I like this Brit bag.
Hey Rowan, do you know somebody by the name of Hondo Onaka by any chance?
I do! I know exactly where to find him.
Seriously? Can you bring us to him?
Follow me!
Will our heroes finally find Hondo Onaka? Tune in next time on Dickie and the Noob.
You're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the final segment of the Escape Podcast for this week. Kyle, it's been fun, man. You know, a lot of fun having you on. And instead of having you above me, having you sitting
I'm
right
below
over
you.
sitting up.
Like
well, no, you're next to me now.
Yeah, man, I love doing this. I love being Bob. I love sitting next to you or Nev. You guys are some of my best friends, and I just, going back to when you first asked me, dude, I just love you to death for everything you've done for me. And I say this every time I do it.
I know you do. I know you're blowing smoke up my ass all the time.
And I love blowing smoke up your ass, buddy. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Let's get to Patreon's choice, and then I'll make the big announcement for the show. Actually, right now, one of the things I do want to mention is we might not follow tradition next week, though. It is the end of the season. I don't have a radio drama planned out yet. We'll see if I come up with something in this next week, but there is no radio drama season finale. Next week is the season 6's finale of the Escape Podcast, so it'll be interesting.
Fast. I remember it was just
the end of season 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 30 weeks. All right. Here comes the questions. If you are a Patreon, you can ask these questions for free in the Discord channel. If you are not, or you just have an abundance of channel points, you can ask them using your channel points during the live Twitch stream. Question number 1. We have 6 questions from Zaz. First question is your top 3 TV game shows, past and present. Now, I have a question for you, for Kyle. My question is, am I allowed to do a reality game show?
What's a reality game show? Like,
there was a show,
Temptation Island or something?
No. There was a show called The Mole. Where
I remember that.
Where there was one contestant that was trying to screw it up for everybody else.
I think so, like Survivor and stuff. I think
but it was Survivor, but you had to have brains. Yeah. So
that's not for me.
So the Mole was is my number 1. It's actually also on Netflix right now. 4 seasons of it. And too bad that I have such a good memory that I remember exactly who the Mole was every single season, so I can't enjoy it. But you guys can, and I won't spoil it. Number 2 has got to be Press Your Luck. I absolutely love Press Your Luck. And number 3 is a show on the Game Show Network called Chain Reaction, where you start with one word, you end with another word, and there's 5 words in between that make a chain, a 2-word chain all the way through.
I've never heard of that, but that sounds kind of cool.
It is.
I'll have to watch that.
So what about your 3 favorite game shows?
All day, The Price is Right. Every morning I'd watch that with my grandma. Love that show.
Favorite game in Price is Right? And why is it Plinko?
I was always good at the of course we all love where they drop the thing down, right? That's I like
Plinko. That's why I was saying, why is it Plinko?
But that's probably everyone's favorite. I would say this is the one where you have to guess the price, which I guess is on all
the whole show.
I don't know, but like they haven't set it up there. You have to say like higher or lower, and I can always guess it really well. But that's kind of boring answer. But that's
what about Cliffhanger?
Oh yeah, I like them all. I love that show. I love it, and I like Drew Carey a lot too. I was a huge fan of Drew Carey too. Number 2, I don't know if it's on anymore, but as a kid, I always loved that grocery store
Supermarket
game.
Sweep. It was recently revived with Leslie Jones as the host. But
Really?
yes. Yep.
Okay. And then like all these go back to like my childhood, my grandma, and Wheel of Fortune. That would be my third one.
All right. Safe, but definitely good choices in my opinion.
Yep.
All right. Top 3 kids cartoons.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do this.
Yeah,
So,
you go first.
Adventure Time, which is kind of in the middle because there's some weird adult humor in there. Regular Show, and actually, I don't know. I'm just going to come up with like the Star Wars cartoons, Clone Wars, or actually Rebels. Rebels is way better than Clone Wars.
All right. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. So I'm actually going to go a little bit into the past here. Muppet Babies.
Okay.
The Snorks. And Wacky Races. I'm going old school.
I don't know the last two. I've never heard of those. Was the second one the things with like the trumpet noses?
It was yes, it was on the top of their head,
Okay.
but yes.
Then I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You do know what I'm talking about. Number 3, top 3 adult cartoons.
King of the Hill. All-time favorite. I mean, there's not very many like adult ones that I've watched. There's a lot of the new ones. So this is safe. Family Guy, and then The Simpsons.
All right, I'm definitely gonna have to say The Simpsons is one of my top 3. But I will go and say The Critic was one of my favorite adult cartoons. So many older references for movie buffs. And then I think The Tick fell into that category. It was on during the afternoon for kids, but so many of the references, Deflator Mouse, as a kid, did you know exactly who Deflator Mouse was? Deflator Mouse is a freaking opera. Did you know that as a kid? No, you didn't.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I still didn't know that. But I love that. Now that you think that, I'm changing it. My third one, and the Brack Show.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, the Brack Show, yes.
That whole
C-Lab 2021. The whole Adult Swim catalog, if you will.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to make you do this one first because you won't want to do this after I do.
Oh,
do your best impression of a character from The Simpsons.
Oh God. Okay, first, what's the line with the fat kid on the bus?
Ralph, I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. It was terrible, but there you go.
There you go. All right. Let's see if I could do it right. There you go. There's some Krusty the Clown for you.
That was good. Come on, we got to hear a Homer Simpson because mine were horrible.
I can't do Homer Simpson.
Not even a doe.
I like my beer cold, my women in the kitchen, and my homosexuals flaming. Homer's Phobia,
terrible.
one of the best episodes. John Waters, wonderful episode. The gay steel mill takes the cake. All right, top 3 crime-based films.
You want to go or you want me to do?
I'll go first. I'm gonna go Silence of the Lambs. Definitely on there. Because it dealt with police. Does Demolition Man count? No. Okay. Fine.
It kind of has to be like based in real life. You know what I mean?
No, I'm gonna say Johnny Dangerously, and you cannot talk me out of that because that was a crime family. That was a crime family comedy.
Okay.
And then my third top crime-based film, it solves a murder. I'm gonna say Clue again this week.
We have to. From now on, you can no longer say Clue.
No,
it's banned. It's
Clue.
banned from the show.
Clue is one of the best movies ever. Anyway, your turn.
This is the third week in a row, I think. all day Goodfellas. Also, rest in peace to many of the actors that have died recently. Paul Sorvino, Ray Liotta. There might have been another one. I met Paul Sorvino one time, but yeah, Goodfellas I could watch 1,000 times over. Casino, which is a very similar movie, same way. And then, I mean, they're all Martin Scorsese ones. And the third one is The Departed, which is also Martin Scorsese.
Okay, why don't you just, why don't you go ahead and just say any Martin Scorsese film?
For real, man. I mean, he's a genius.
You can also probably go with the Ocean's trilogy.
Oh yeah. And
Definitely.
like there's some honorable mentions. There's so many
Definitely
good ones. The Usual Suspects are one of my favorite too. Whenever I saw the twist, it blew my mind. But then I went back and watched it and I was like, it's not as good now that I know the twist.
Well, that is very funny that you say the twist. Top 3 movie plot twists.
Okay. I won't say that one. Fight Club.
Okay, you definitely got one of mine.
That blew my mind. I did not see that coming. Okay, you guys are gonna hate me. This isn't a movie, but the first season of Westworld. I don't know. Some people haven't watched it, but if you watch that and at the end,
okay. Nothing that is from 2010 onward to avoid spoilers. So so it has to be. We can talk about them.
Twist. Just so I'm not here all day thinking. We'll insert The Usual Suspects back in. I
mean, Kaiser Sose is Kevin Spacey. Yeah, no, it's wonderful.
You go and then I'll think of my third one.
All right. So, the iconic Darth Vader is Luke's father. That's one of the top. That's one of the top 3 movie twists. Memento. The fact that the main character actually was the killer of his own wife because he overdosed her on insulin because she was diabetic. And then I'm gonna have to. And you took it out of my mouth. Fight Club. I that has to be on my list.
Great movie. I don't know. I just nullify my third one. I can't think of anything.
All right. Forrest Strong asks, when will this damn heat wave end?
Never. In Florida, never.
In Texas, it rarely ends. Yes. All right. So it is my pleasure to make the announcement that on this show next week, confirmed, SB Crumb will be on the show next week talking to us. Yes. About the Extra Life charity event that's going on, as well as, I promise you, and Crumb, this question's coming. Where the hell's Hondo? I will ask about the status of Hondo and the status of our plea to get him in the game.
Does Bob get to stay around for that?
We will see if that's allowed. We'll definitely have to see if that's allowed. I don't see any reason why not, but there have been weirder things that happen.
He has no feelings, so his feelings won't get hurt if not.
So, what do you got coming up on Bones88 on Twitch?
Every week, same old thing, pretty much. Galaxy of Heroes, all #1 priority. Marvel Strike Force, second one. I am one of the few that do the new Lord of the Rings game. AP Games calls it Homie, Heroes of Middle Earth. And then it's just random stuff. I do Fallout with you and some of the other guys. I have my 3 main games, and then I just do like some extra stuff. Summoner's Glory, I play that 2 to 3 times a week. Me and Paul are content creators.
Go ahead. You can tell people yours.
Since it's his show.
No, I'm
37 Studios.
You guessed. You're a guest today hosting. So if you play Summoner's Glory, please use the code
Bones88.
And actually, here's one of the fun things. I can actually tell people what they get when they use either your or my code. We both chose the same things to give out to the customers, to the players. You get a top class 5-star, which is the maximum, Sea Captain, one of the best characters in the game.
Sea Conqueror.
Or Sea Conqueror. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
but she is one of the best in the game, so that's huge.
6 energy refills, 500, but not 50, not 100, 500 of the premium currency, 24 keys to unlock some of the biggest things in the game, and 12 of the, not the top tier, but just below tier summoning books. It's a game that you and I both enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That we're, I've spent some time off stream leveling up my characters, so when we go back in, I'm just gonna blow through the story mode again. And I'm looking forward to doing that. But use Bones88 as your code, and if you are a spender in the game, Bones is compensated for signups for the game.
Yeah, so check it out. It's a fun game. It's a hero collector. It does help me and Paul out. If you use our respective things, you get some really good stuff. The devs are the coolest devs I've ever met. They're very friendly. They're very talkative. They'll get on voice chat with you guys. You don't have to be a content creator. They're very, I love that about a game. If the devs will hang out with you and talk to you and stuff. So definitely check it out. It's a fun MMO hero collector kind of game. And we can, you and I could play together on screen in the same place, run around together, help each other out.
It's Galaxy of Heroes meets RuneScape. That's how I explain it. All right. And coming up on Vault 37 Studios, I may play some Far Cry 6. I've been really addicted to that game recently.
I love Far Cry.
And there is, I still have to do some more Hot Wheels, may do some Diablo with Christy. It all depends on what schedules line up for each other.
Yep.
So,
I know how it is, buddy.
Exactly. And, I have to get some Fallout time on both systems.
Yes.
At the same time.
Give me some time. We got to spend some quality time, man.
Definitely. All right, guys. That will do it for us this week. We're a little early, less than 2 hours. But for those of you who are Patreons, we'll see you definitely in the after show. If you're not a Patreon, why not yet? Patreon.com/theescapepod and sign up. Even at the lowest level, you could join us in the after show. So, all right. Bob, any final words?
Nope. Love you all out there. Thank you for having me on once again, bud. And in the words of Nev, Paul, hit the button.
Be nice to each other, damn it. Good night.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.